Hi guys, my name's Anthony with AJK Beauty and I'm back with another video. This is going to be a product review video. I'm going over 3 different products that have been in my routine for various amounts of time. Some of these have just been in my routine for a little over a month, while others several months, up to pretty much when I started using K Beauty, so a little over a year now. Keep in mind that you can find full product reviews on my blog, ajkbeauty.wordpress. And if you're looking for shorter, more condensed versions of those reviews, you can always find those on Instagram as well, ajkbeauty on Instagram. So make sure to check out all those different social media channels and let me know what you think. But let's dive into these 3 products. The first one I wanted to talk about is my favorite, I think, of the 3, and that's the Cosrx Triple C Lightening Liquid. Like I said, this is one of the very first products that I purchased when I started a K-Beauty routine, because I wasn't really familiar with vitamin C serums necessarily. I had seen vitamin C used in other products, but not just as a standalone, and that's mainly because I didn't have a lot of experience with skincare. But I saw this one, and then there was another one by Claire's. But this one seemed to be really targeted more towards dark spots and hyperpigmentation, which I have some issues on my neck. You can still see some patches. Ever since I was a teen, I've gotten like really patchy facial hair, and then when it comes in, it constantly gives me razor bumps when I shave it, and then ingrown hairs quite frequently. So I've always had just like scars from years and years of like shaving and having irritation and issues. So I was excited to find something that was like really targeted towards lightening or brightening those areas. And so I picked this up. It's a ampule style fluid, and it's just really straightforward. It's just that L-ascorbic acid. There's 20.5% ascorbic acid in it, so vitamin C. And then it's also got chokeberry in it as well, and that is a natural stabilizer for vitamin C. And I believe it also has some slight hydration benefits as well. But you can see it's just a complete liquid. It just goes on really fluid, and then you just kind of pat it right in. And so I personally just do a few drops of this about 3 to 4 times a week in my evening routine. And when I first started it, I could definitely feel a little tingle, a little sting, because it is such a high concentration of vitamin C. But Charlotte Cho, the co-founder of Soko Glam, she actually did a video where they went to the Cosrx lab in Seoul, and they said that you can go ahead and mix this with your moisturizer or another step just to kind of dilute it a little bit so it's just not as intense going on, and that'll allow your skin to kind of build up or get used to it, I guess, and then you can start using it just straight onto your face. So I really, really like this. I found that it was incredibly brightening. It had a little bit of a hydrating property, but I definitely noticed a reduction in acne spots and hyperpigmentation, especially around my jawline. So I absolutely stand by this product. My only thing with this is the last couple bottles I purchased, when I popped them in the refrigerator, which is recommended to keep this cool and in a dark place. And I noticed some crystallization. So little bits of like, it almost looks like, you know, sugar crystals or salt crystals develop in not only in the bottle, but even sometimes in the actual dropper itself. And that can be an issue when you're dispensing it, when you're trying to squeeze it out. Sometimes it'll get clogged. So I reached out to them. They gave me some troubleshooting tips, and it was able to kind of clear things up a little bit. But it's just something to keep an eye on if this is a product that you purchase. I've heard other people say that they've had zero issue with it. So I don't think it's a hindrance for me from repurchasing it. I love it so much that it's going to continue to stay in my routine in between trying out other vitamin C products. So the next one that I wanted to go over with you guys is the Alba No Sebum, Peptide No Sebum Mild Gel Cleanser. This is a product that I originally started using late last summer, early fall. And before that, I had been using another cleanser from Neogen, a foam cleanser, and I really liked it. But once I started using this one, it was like a total game changer. This is a really mild gel cleanser. It's also pH balanced, so it's not going to disrupt your skin barrier or moisture barrier. And it just smells incredible. It has this really nice herbal, kind of almost like spa smell, I guess, to it. It's just really refreshing, but still light. It's not incredibly overpowering, but I just really liked it the first time I used it. It's slightly citrus. And it's got peptides in it. It's got BHAs for exfoliation, peptides for anti-aging. And what I found is they really mean it when they mean no sebum. Like I said, this is the second K-Beauty cleanser I had ever used. But when I used this one, I was still kind of early in my K-Beauty routine. I still had a ton of excess sebum and oil, like pretty much everywhere, but especially on my nose. So I was kind of, after I think the third or fourth day using this, I was scrubbing my nose a little bit, and I saw this like little film. It almost looked like tissue paper, but it was like white and kind of filmy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this cleanser did something to my skin. It maybe it like really irritated it, and it was peeling but that quickly. It didn't make sense. But when I took it off, it was actually like waxy, and I think it was just like a layer of like waxy sebum stuff that was like right in the crease of my nose that just kind of like lifted off after washing with this cleanser. It was crazy. So as soon as I saw that for the first time, I was pretty much sold on this cleanser. I've used a lot of cleansers after this, and I like a lot of them, but this one is still one that I keep a full bottle of it as a backup just in case something else doesn't work, because it really is awesome. I don't really have anything bad to say about it because it's effective. You get a lot, and it just lasts for a long, long time. So this is one that I absolutely recommend. So yeah, last product out of the three is the Acwell Licorice pH Balancing Essence Mist. This is the one that's been in my routine for the least amount of time, and it is a really nice facial mist spray to use throughout the day. You can use it right out of the shower just to give some initial moisture to your skin, but it has licorice root extract, it has Centella asiatica, and rice ferment filtrate. So you're going to get some hydration out of that, a lot of soothing out of that, and then some brightening as well from those fermented ingredients. So it's kind of like the perfect all-in-one mist. It reminds me a little bit of the toner. I don't know if you guys know, but it has like a matching toner, the licorice one. But I like this mist quite a bit better. And so it's just very, very soothing, calming, cooling, and I use it a ton. I used facial mist before I started K-Beauty, but I really started using them over the past year. And this one, though, is one that I take with me absolutely everywhere. I use this in my morning routine. Like when I first wake up, I'll usually mist with this and then make coffee or whatever and then start my morning routine. I'll also use this throughout the day at work just to impart some hydration, keep the hydration going, and that usually leads to less oily looking skin at the end of the day. Usually I'm a complete oil slick, but this really keeps that down. And then I use this for gym time and outdoors. So if I just got done with the hike or I just got done at the gym, I'll usually use a cleansing wipe, just get all that sweat and grossness off, and then come back over it with a mist just to, once again, infuse my skin with some hydration. And it's so cooling, and it just feels so good after you're like all hot and sweaty and gross. So it's awesome for that. And then I've also found that at nighttime, if I'm having trouble sleeping, I'll keep this on my nightstand, and it just has this really nice, like slight licorice scent, but it's kind of creamy and milky and just a little bit herbal, and it's just very calming. So if I'm having trouble sleeping or I'm tossing and churning, usually I'll just kind of like, where's my mist? Grab my mist and just a couple sprays and just like, all right, relax, try to go back to sleep, or I'll use it right before I lay down, or even a little bit on the pillow. So I use it a lot. This is I've been using it for 7 weeks, and I'm already almost done with this bottle. And then I had another half bottle that I went through that I gave to a friend because I was like, you have to try this. So it's really great. All three of these products can be found on Soko Glam. The Triple C Lightening Liquid is $27. The Diablo Piedmont is $35 USD, and then I believe this mist is 22 or 23. I'll have to check and put it in the notes. But they're all really great products. I've loved each and every one of them, and I'll definitely continue to repurchase this one. I always keep a backup of this one. And then, like I said, I'm trying out some other vitamin C serums right now, and this is kind of close to a full bottle, so I'm going to kind of interchange it as I do reviews, come back to this. There is a pretty limited shelf life on this because they do oxidize, so you just want to keep an eye on it. Once you notice it's starting to turn kind of a more amber color or a more orange or red color, that's when you know it's done. So this one's still pretty much completely clear. So we're good to go for a while. I always keep it in the fridge. But yeah, feel free to leave any questions in the comments. That way I can answer them for you. You'll have links to all this as well as links to the WordPress blog, Instagram, all of that good stuff. And I'll be back next week with another review post, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do more full-size products because I'm just basically grabbing the stuff that I have in my routine that I have to share with you guys that I've already done reviews on, and I'm just kind of bringing them back into the fold to talk to you guys about them. But I have a ton of sheet masks to get through as well, so I don't know, maybe next week will be just maybe sheet masks that I've used the past week, or some of my favorites that I have from the past year. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to figure that out and provide some more content. And let me know if you have any comments in regards to this content, how I can improve or change, and I'll be happy to take those into consideration because I am new to all of this. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and as always, stay glowing.